Hi, I'm Joyce. I'm the Energy Lady. And if you're here on my YouTube channel, then you're here because you want to maybe hear some miracle stories, because that's what this playlist is about. I love miracle stories. I hear people's miracle stories every single day. And it's one of my very favorite things in life. My husband, when I first married him, he was much more introverted than I, and he used to laugh and joke about the fact that everywhere we went, somebody would want to talk to me and share with me their story. I heard painful stories, but I always hear really awesome stories, and sometimes in the strangest places. I was at dinner at a restaurant in Phoenix with my husband years ago, and I went in their bathroom, the women's bathroom, and while I was in there, a woman just started talking to me and telling about this really cool miracle of when she was a child and she couldn't walk, and then her mom just kept telling her she was going to be able to walk, and she walks. And she has no issue with walking to this day. And I came out of the bathroom and told my husband, he goes, "How do people talk to you in the bathroom?" So it's just kind of wild how my life gets that way. But I do hear some really remarkable stories. I started to create a podcast and never finished it, called The Miracle Whisperer, because I wanted to just share these stories. So now I'm going to put it on this playlist. And so what you'll be hearing here is just heartwarming stories, people's miracles. And some of these I actually recorded, so I don't have them face to face. I recorded them a couple of years ago when I was just walking through a small town in Colorado, and I just came across people on the street sitting on their porch and asked them questions about miracles in their life, and they had stories to share. Some of them are good friends. I also teach vision boards, and so I'm always hearing awesome miracle stories about people's things that have taken place that they've written on their vision board. And that's always so much fun to me. So this playlist is all about feel-good stories, stories that will make you smile, stories that will make you think, oh, it's not such a bad world out there. There's some really great things happening. And you know what? There are. In fact, every day miracles are happening. If you become a miracle watcher, what are you going to see? You're going to see miracles. You know, have you ever thought about buying a new car and you were looking at white cars, and then the next day, what do you see but nothing but white cars? Because that's where your mind was looking, okay? Same thing. If you start looking for miracles, you're going to see them. So my challenge to you is become a miracle watcher. Look for the miracles in your life, whether it be something that happens for someone else or something that happens with yourself. So I want to share a quick miracle with you. My husband and I just recently went to Sitka, Alaska to celebrate our 40th anniversary. And while we were there, I was not able to get a rental car because I waited too long, and there's not a whole lot of rental cars available right now. And so we flew in at 11 o'clock at night, and I thought I'll get a Lyft or an Uber. Well, there's no Lyft or Uber in Sitka, and there's only one taxi cab running at 11 o'clock at night. And there were about a dozen of us people waiting for the taxi or trying to figure out a ride home. And the woman who was working at the Avis rental car came out and she said, "You know what, there's no cars available. There's only one taxi running. So I'll take a couple of you to your Airbnbs if you'd like me to." Just out of the kindness of her heart, didn't know us. So my husband and I and another couple sat in our car with our luggage in our laps, and she took us to our Airbnb. And then she said, "If you need a ride or get stuck somewhere this week, give me a call. Here's my number." That was a miracle number one. The next day, I was looking online to see if Turo or some other company had a rental car, and a woman that I had left a message with a week earlier about a fishing excursion called me. She said, "We don't have any room. They're all sold out, but I'll put you on a waiting list." I said, "That's okay." I said, "I'm currently looking for a rental car." She said, "Well, I'm actually trying to get my car hooked up with Turo, but I'm not yet." And I said, "Well, how do you feel about renting it to us?" And she said, "Fine." So she came over, picked us up at our Airbnb. We took her back to her home and dropped her off, and we had her car for the whole week. And we just negotiated a rate. So miracle number two. And the miracles just kept coming, of course, while we were there on our trip. And it was fabulous and wonderful and gorgeous. And I highly recommend anybody going to Sitka Not only is it gorgeous, but the people are amazing and wonderful. So that's that miracle story, but look forward to more. I will be sharing more miracle stories on this playlist that are feel good and make you happy. And that's the whole purpose of this one. So I do hope you have a great day, and please become a miracle searcher and looker, because they will show up in your life. And if you've got some you want to share with me, please reach out to me. Let me know. I'd love to hear them. I'd love to record them. So take care.